One time, a few months ago, he sounded like a friend.
Sounded worse.
Yeah, that's how they were sounding.
He sounded worse this time?
He sounded worse
Oh
this
dear.
time.
Poor Jen.
Hey, Tina.
Oh, you got some, and she needs a chair.
We're rolling.
Is he gonna call you or are you gonna call him?
He's on the phone.
Oh, he is? Oh.
Who's on the phone?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
I put it on top of you. Can you give that to Tina? Yeah. Here. Bill? Bill?
Yes,
Thank you, sir. Wow, you've come through loud and clear. Okay, everyone. Appreciate your attendance this afternoon. My name's Dave Moore. I'm the chair for the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District. I would like to call to order the Wednesday, June 19th, 2024 special board meeting of the Black Canyon City Water Improvement District and to the general public.
Time.
Time is 12:32. Our first order of business is roll call. Again, my name is David Moore.
Dorothy Moore, treasurer.
Randy Rubina, secretary.
Okay, and Jed Carter is down with a serious bug and could not attend this afternoon. We still have a majority of the board present, 3 of 4. And from the management, we have Sarah Rubina and Bob Hannes, who is our operations manager, is not here today, couldn't make it.
Lisa.
Well, I'm sorry. And our management and training, Lisa Chandler, is here as well. I'm sorry, Lisa. Our second item of business is, I'm sorry. I would like to introduce William Whittington, goes by Bill Whittington, who is our district attorney of record, who is on the phone. Bill?
yes, Mr. Chair, I'm here.
Okay, thank you very much. Would you like to, I'm not done. Would you like to introduce your firm, Bill?
Mr. Chair, I'm Bill Whittington with the law firm of Boyle, Petridge, Klein, Whittington, and Stallings in Prescott. We've been practicing here since 1952, and we emphasize, among other things, representing special taxing districts around the state. Water, sewer, fire, hospital, school, that kind of thing. We've been representing your district for some time now and other similar districts around the state. It's nice to meet you. I look forward to coming down for a board meeting. Dave and I have been talking about that happening soon. We'll try to set that up.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that very much. And from the public, would you mind introducing yourself?
Kent Ralick, living in the town for over 20 years. Worked at the dump for 5.
Yes, we know you well, Bill. I mean, Kent.
Calling him wrong name. My name's Marlene. Frankie.
I'm Sheila.
Kim?
Tina.
Tom Strezak, owner user, 24 years.
Excellent.
Greg Watts, owner user, 23 years.
Fantastic. Thank you all for attending. Appreciate that very much. Agenda item 2 is our customary reflection period. If we could take a moment of silence here, that would be appreciated. Thank you very much. Agenda item 3 is, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. We have a couple new guests. Welcome.
Thank you.
Cindy Melandro, welcome. And I'm sorry,
Janice Williams.
Janice Williams. Thank you both for attending. Agenda item 3 is our possible motion to go into executive session for legal advice pursuant to ARS 38-431-03A3 and to give instructions to legal counsel pursuant to ARS 38-431A4 regarding a possible response to the Attorney General's open meeting law investigation. At this point, I would entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make such a motion.
Randy Rabina so moves. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Dorothy Moore seconds. All in favor say aye. All right, motion carries unanimously. At this point, I need to request the public to exit the meeting space because we don't have a space to go to. And I anticipate the time period to be 15 to 20 minutes.
Why are we
This is
leaving?
gonna be rolling.
Executive session, ma'am.
If anybody sees the cameras on tripods,
Any
they are
cameras,
live and rolling.
recording devices.
One of them is live and rolling, just so everybody
We'll be back as
knows.
soon as possible.
I think we have to go in here. Oh. Hey, Tom. Tom. They're all staying in there.
Oh, well, I mean, that's all right.
I
They
thought,
might, you know,
well, they must know something I don't. Okay.
You know what, the camera's here.
All right.
I mean,
Here.
we'll just maybe,
Here.
you know, this camera with some books, people, folks can just check out
I
some
will not be filmed.
books at the library. You will not be filmed?
Okay, got it on there.
Facing away from her.
Yeah, I got it at the book rack.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you got a good turnout.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I would hope for a few more, honestly, but
Consider the short notice
it's not bad. It's not bad.
and in the middle of the week.
We can go in the other room and see if it beats folks. I don't know. You should hang with the cameras. Yeah. You should hang with the cameras. Yeah. And that way everyone comes out. The cameras are low. We're not responsible.
Well, I told you guys that it's summer, that's the thing. There is no one, you can shut that door for now, if, you know, if you have kids that might walk in, how long is the, yeah, you can shut this door for right now, if any kids, I will tell them. Okay, it's on you guys, over that, yeah.
It's
Oh,
filming,
yeah, the cameras are
filming
facing that
they're
way,
both filming the wall.
Anywhere over here, you're not on camera.
So you can look at it, it's filming the wall.
Well, when they went in executive session, my understanding, we weren't allowed to even be in that other room because we were overhearing what they're talking about. But Sarah just went out and talked to the librarian about it. And I don't know.
Oh, just to let you know, so these will pick up audio.
Yeah, but as we're talking, they're
We're
gonna.
trying to keep a continuous
Yeah, I'll clean it up in a little bit.
stream.
They've got a
One is
meeting
live
going on.
streaming, one is just
Thanks for being
video.
such a great kid.
But just so everything is in its
Take
context.
care.
Would you like to talk to me over here? Oh, okay.
If you have any questions or anything, I'll be running for a position on the board. My name's Tom Streezak. I've been attending meetings and recording them
Yay, you got some puzzles.
for about the last year.
Well, you know what, I did.
It's a public meeting, why don't you pick us out?
That's
Executive
called
session.
executive session, and that's, you know, they're allowed to do that. They have to have, they're
discussing.
discussing legal.
They've done it at other meetings too.
Okay, so they're discussing the.
Not legal
Yeah, there's
stuff,
nothing wrong with that.
but,
Hey, ladies, are
The
you?
agenda and the meeting notice told us that they would probably do that.
Okay, so then when we go back in, do we get to hear what
You
we
know,
talked
other
about?
local libraries?
we don't know.
No,
They-
we don't even get the minutes from the executive session.
Oh, you don't.
There's no minutes, there's, you know, that's private.
Yeah.
It's private and, you know, that-
So
it's,
do other, city
But yeah, fun. And they can get
situations
expensive, I
like
don't
that all
know,
the time?
buy them.
it's common.
Yeah, well, and there, I'm glad we have a plethora of.
Well, this is a,
Well, I get them at.
they're elected or appointed, so it's a government thing, you know, like the lowest
You don't know.
entry level government, but they have,
That's the
open
thing.
meeting
I
laws and
did
different
set
things they have to
community
comply
tables
with.
out
Oh, okay.
again.
And I
over
think
there.
the reason
I had one,
why
I had puzzles going.
Attorney
over
General's
here.
involved
And
is
there's
there's
one that
been
glued up against that wall.
complaints filed with
It was
them
1,000.
about them not
You know,
sticking
we
to
had
the
a
meetings.
9-year-old helping with it.
And that's probably what this meeting's about right now, and that's why they got their attorney. They
It is what it's about. It's on the
Yeah,
agenda.
yeah.
It tells you.
So
So you have the
then,
agenda.
that's over.
They don't want us over there.
Discussion.
I figured they would do that.
Public, call to public is your chance.
By the way, these
Okay,
are on, but they're
it's fine.
videoing the wall,
When we got to go back in.
can be
When
heard,
they will take questions.
just to let you know.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm the only one that's
they
wearing
don't
a
have
shirt.
forms for you to fill out.
You can buy them at the shirt store there at Rock
And ask your
Springs.
question. They give you about 3 minutes because they try to, you know, get to everybody.
I might have been attending
So, you know, try to be brief and to the point.
and
And
I'm the only one.
and try to stay on agenda.
Attendee.
So try to stay, you know,
Overall
what the
Free
meeting's about.
Partnership.
Right.
My name's Greg Watts.
Generally, the form that they ask you to fill out is if you have
I've been
something that's not
attending
on
these
the
meetings
agenda.
for about 17 years, and they used to
Check
always
off
have only
that
part
box,
on
and
it.
it's kind of like they're kind of,
But when the pandemic hit,
they can actually, they can like,
and
they can
we
answer
had like
questions that are
2
not on the
live meetings
agenda. To
during
my
the
understanding,
pandemic.
I'm not an expert by any means.
Well, anyway, I was attending the meetings before they did the cloverleaf type of
If it's not
freeway on
on the agenda,
I-17, and I was
still like to
69
make
turn
a
off the rest of the valley.
You can do
And
that.
the
There
contractor
should be some
told
on the
me if you
outside.
needed construction work,
They may
just like
like,
Tony Chandler
they
supplying the
feel
construction work here.
or not.
Well, he
But they
told
can't,
Spring Valley,
You can't
they
make any,
were only gonna use so many acre
like,
feet. Well, they used it all
vote on
over.
anything, you know, with
And as a
regards to
result,
what you know,
Spring Valley put on water
that your
restrictions.
subject is, they
And
can't,
after the freeway got done,
can't really
it took
discuss
about
it.
5 years for the water to reach. And because I
short
knew that,
questions they can generate.
when I heard about this freeway, about 2 years before they were to break ground and do this, I went to the Black Canyon City Waterproofing District. And I told them what happened up in Spring Valley. And I said, they're probably gonna come to you to try to buy our water. And I said, this is what happened in Spring Valley, and I don't want that to happen here.
I'm just
And
working
they
with
agreed.
cameras
And it was a different board for the most part, but Sarah
I
Lee
guess
and
a lot
Randy
of
were still
people
very sure
have
on
said
the
that
contract.
they
So
quickly
anyway,
feel
they
some kind of
told us they would not
for
sell our water
users and
for this construction on the
For a
freeway
lot
when
of
they
people,
do it.
that's almost like their first impression.
And so a few years go by, and then I go to meetings that James Gregory, our board supervisor, had, and the BCCWID and FAN joint ventures, they were working on where they were gonna get the water for this, for construction water.
Private session.
And anyway,
No, this
Tony
is a
Chandler
special
has been
meeting.
like the main contractor that our water
Yes,
district
this
has
special meeting is regarding basically,
hired
they're
through
being
contract
investigated by
to
the
do
Attorney General's
repair work
office.
of our water
Owner
infrastructure.
users.
And so he knows what's going on, he knows about our
meeting
water
violations.
shortage that we've been telling him
And that's
to
finally
restrict
come
water
to
in the
being
summer when we get
investigated.
like a
These
stage 3
complaints
drought
began
emergency.
up to better than a year ago.
He knew all
It
that.
started being put in.
And then,
But even up to
when
the
this
last
freeway, the
couple
contractor's
months,
looking for
there's been
water.
more complaints filed.
Tony Chandler did a deal with them.
Yes,
And
but,
they
you know,
drilled a
they have
well.
to be
I think it was,
investigated. They're the experts that know
Kiewit.
these are, you know, true violations.
As far as my understanding, this is secondhand.
Users are just making.
Kiewit paid for the permits,
Don't stack
for the
up.
drilling,
But the fact
for
that they
the
have
well,
there right now.
for the
you know,
hurricane
that they
standpipe.
admit that they're being investigated,
electric,
would suggest to
everything.
me that right
And
now they're in a
Tony,
position.
in
of
return,
The
he's
burden
not
of
getting
proof
any
is
money,
on them.
but it's a commercial
To
well.
prove their
So
innocence.
anyway, they're getting all this
The
water, but
Attorney
what they
General's
paid for
office
costs a
has
lot of money.
Basically,
With the bids
taken
they're
the
doing here, it
complaints
makes it
that
sound like it's
these are
$250 or so thousand
perfectly
dollars.
legitimate complaints. A lot
And
of
it's a
these
commercial well because the
complaints
water is
are
being
backed
used
by
for a
legal.
commercial purpose.
What you have right
Okay.
now, video documenting.
so-
meeting, a lot of these things are
Anyway, as
documented by that.
a result of
And
that,
so, you know,
my concern is
there's-
that once this
strong
gets done,
evidence
because
of
they
that
said
happening.
if he overdrafted.
And there's some things that
Brought
maybe
off for too
complaints
low.
are put in.
They said
Not
that
so
they
sure,
would
but
cease
it's
making
kind of,
him
you know, seems to be a.
draw water,
And that's where, you
and
know,
they would find an
the
alternative source.
investigators.
But they never
decide
told us in the
whether-
state who the alternative source is,
Yeah, so-
okay?
And
And
Well, I saw your little thing.
anyway, since the southern end of the freeway is almost completed, this northern end going to
thank you.
Sunset Point,
I appreciate your time.
they still need lots of water. And since the contractor's
It's
for
nice to
profit,
meet you.
Thank you.
And
if
if you
they
want to sign.
wanna say they're only using
nomination,
so many acre feet here and they're gonna waste so many there,
I can't,
well,
I'm not a legal.
it's gonna cost them more to drive down to Anthem and get water to haul it up here, when they can get it all here and save all the fuel, time, and labor expense. And so it's my understanding, they are using more than they claimed here, because it's more cost effective. So, time will tell in the end what actually transpires.
Did you go to the town
It's
meeting?
been, I think it's
Did you guys
unfortunate.
James Gregory had. Now, he's gonna have another meeting,
I can still work.
Yeah, I have a point.
next month on the, I think it's the 8th of July, at Cannon School, 5:30. I think it's a Monday. In the past, they mailed me a booklet of flyers, and I would post them around town. I don't know if he's gonna do that to me now, or how he's gonna get the word out, but he
That's my
might,
feeling, maybe.
he's our Yavapai County Board of Supervisor for District 1 that he mentioned.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, but he might still be the chairman of the board.
Oh, yeah. and then
I know he was, I don't know if he still is.
That's it.
Follow up on your story. It was
Well, at least
revealed
we're not living in
last
an
town
apartment
meeting
house or
that the
something.
amount of water coming out of Tony Chandler's wells is in excess of 2 million gallons a month. The water usage for our district is approximately runs between 4 million, running about around 4.5 million gallons a month. So he has increased
And we are rolling right now.
outflow from our aquifer by at least 1/3.
That we're supposed to conserve.
Isn't it always? Ain't that always the way?
I think you
According
said,
to Dave Moore,
but
that
if
is,
you have to work, it's the right
that
way.
is slander against Tony Chandler.
That is
He is not selling water.
But
Nobody
yeah,
said
No,
it
he's
was.
not, what he's doing
Nobody
is,
said it was.
from my understanding, secondhand,
it actually makes.
Kiewit
more sense.
paid for the permits, paid for the drilling, paid for the well, the electric, everything,
Get the well.
the hurricane pump, and he's not getting any money for the water. But when this contract ends, he gets it, yes. Now, here's the thing, once this freeway gets
And I
done,
feel like
next
people
year,
probably like that.
okay, with the $40 billion Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing plant on 43rd and Dove, Valley Road,
And so
I've gone to meetings, and Tom Thurman told us, our former board of supervisor, who's in the know, that for every job created there, okay, those 80,000, in the trickle-down effect, it'll create up to 3 jobs per job there. So that's 240,000 more people. Now, all these people have to live somewhere, and they all need water. And when this freeway gets done, this I-17 corridor, Tina, contractors and developers are gonna try to buy up all the land they can because of future growth. And where do you think they're probably gonna get the construction water when this freeway's done to build all that? More than likely, it could very well be, I don't know, time will tell. So what he's doing to us now, it's not gonna end. And it's legal. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Talk about
They're all in
favoritism.
bed together.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is being recorded. Just thought I'd tell you.
Do you have any questions or anything?
No, I'm just learning, thank you, I appreciate the explanation.
Yeah, so, but anyway, when the street was, it's not gonna end. If he chooses not to sell, but I can see him lifting a gift drum horse in the mouth and saying, no, I'm not gonna sell you. The only way he's gonna have to stop selling water is if the Arizona Department of Water Resources and Montgomery and Associates that's been monitoring and State Department of Transportation, through whatever measurements they go off, say you've overdrafted, you can't do this again. But I can almost guarantee you, he's not gonna stop until the government makes him stop.
Somebody makes them stop.
Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, with this water board, every year when we get to drought emergencies, oh, you can't wash your car, you know, all these things. And yet, and he's a preferred contractor, he knows our water situation, he's been here longer than me. You know, I've been here like 23, 24 years, so he's been a lot longer than that. He knows, he's worked. And on top of knowing all that, what's he doing? He's having our aquifer reduced.
Myself and I.
You know?
That's all.
It's
Simple selfishness, right?
I hear
And thievery.
Who always wins the contract for the lowest bid?
Well,
I had no idea.
Well-
And how come, hold on, here's a question. The fire board had done this, which saved the district millions of dollars. How come when they're not doing these contracts and bids for the work, like the Palo Verde one that they have getting ready to do? They're saying it's
oh,
gonna
the
cost.
2 roads, yeah.
How come they're not requiring the contractors to have bonds?
It didn't state that in the advertisement.
No, but how come they're not requiring the contractor to have a bond?
Maybe it's a given there, that anybody does that. I don't know, I'm not a contractor.
No, it's a special
But-
bond. It's a special
but-
bond saying
well-
if the contractor doesn't complete the job, then they get the,
Right.
it's
Now,
above and beyond your contract.
another thing that this brings to light, back in 2016, we had a resident, as you're going into Kings Ranch, Hansel, I forget his first name, Carrie Hansel. I was hiking like in 2015 maybe, over here, I lived too far. And I was hiking up the hill to a water tank on top of the mountain, and that's called, it's near High Desert Park. It's called the April Water Tank, because there's 2 roads there, April and Ellen. Well, if you get on Ellen Road where the High Desert Park is on the south west end, if you follow that road, because it's a private road, but if you follow up to the end before it goes down, that's where the water tank is. Well, I was on the other side of Kings Ranch. You know, the nice day, I was hiking up, and I noticed there's a trench from the water tank going down to the bottom of the hill, and it had rocks like this big. They weren't boulders, but they say they were boulders. That were in where the earth launched out of the trench. And there was a wildcat quad road going on. And I said, man, if somebody drives their quad across that with those rocks, they're gonna break these water lines. They were BBC about 8 big, you know, 6 inches or 5. And so I decided I'm gonna go to the water board meeting and advise them on what I saw. So I went to the meeting, And I told them all, and Sarah goes, oh, those lines are
This
inactive.
one over here. That
But
one's
Randy
just
Rabina,
like-
her husband,
like-
said, well, I'll
it's
check
like
it
a
out.
video recorder. It's a
Well,
long
evidently they weren't inactive, they
But
were
this one's
live
actually
lines.
streaming live on.
And so they went in there
I invited it.
and hired Tony Chandler as their,
I mean, I don't know.
third-party contractor to help Tony. But what we didn't know
As long as I see that
is
little red
Randy
thing that
Rabina
says
and Tony
live
Chandler,
on
both
there,
as contractors, didn't have insurance.
It's rolling, it's working.
And that didn't matter
And I had
until they got
charged all
sued.
kids to-
Because Kerry Ansel, it went through his property and he had right of way. And he wanted to work with them. So he went to a board meeting, to my understanding, and he talked to the then chair, Bob Marley, who's passed away since then. And he told him he wanted them to work with him and
That's
stuff.
where I chose
And
to
I think they
stream.
had another meeting
There's
after that, and for some reason Kerry didn't
platforms.
show up.
And
So they just decided
there's
that
like
we're
YouTube,
gonna fix
you know,
this.
if you ever heard of
And they
YouTube.
blew off working
Yeah,
Ansel,
so
whose
like you can
land it
live
was
stream on
down
YouTube,
below.
but to be able to
And
live stream on
evidently,
YouTube, you have to have like
He sued
a
him
lot
because of
of,
this.
and
he won.
followers or a lot of like, you know,
Yeah, and he won.
subscribers.
And the legal
so it's
fees,
hard to get
whatever he
set
got,
up to-
his attorney and everything, it was
1,000, you had to have 1,000
at
subscribers.
around $250,000.
Subscribers.
And
So you can't even
we
live
wouldn't have had to
stream,
pay
but Facebook lets
anything
you live
if
stream
Tony
right
Chandler
now. Just-
and Randy Rabina had contractors insurance. But if they would have turned it over to their insurance, had they had it, they probably would have had their rates raised, they might have got canceled and had to find somebody else.
Oh,
So
yes.
Dave Moore was the chair because the next month after
For
Bob Marley made the decision to blow up Ansel, and he found out we were getting sued, he
So if
resigned.
it's 6,
And so then the musical chairs happened, and my understanding that David Moore took over the chairmanship.
So,
And
what you
they
signed for me?
had a board meeting and they decided to have the owner
You
users
signed for Robert.
pay for their legal
I mean, this is
problems
Robert's
that
mom.
they should have paid for. Because to me, they didn't do their job correctly and we're paying for their
Is it
mistakes.
correct, Zahara?
Correct.
Sheila Zahara.
It's crazy. So anyway, we should have never paid a thing. If a contractor makes a mistake, why should the owner users pay for their mistake?
History in this.
And then we paid for their attorneys, just like right now. This Wilmington guy writes in there right now. He's being paid by our owner user money to protect them, and ain't nobody helping us. Nobody's
And I would like
protecting
to say
us.
legendary.
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
And so we'll have to see what happens. But because I wear this shirt, it's justified.
5 years too.
And I've been going to these meetings because I wanted to have them not use construction water from our town for this freeway. And lo and behold, their preferred contractor most time, he's the one that's supplying the water that we need to survive on.
And then his wife
It's probably spelled it.
Yeah,
for $90,000 a year for.
and she was nominated in the meeting for her by Randy Rabina.
Only one
Because
didn't
it's
want
with
to write
a,
Jeff.
spelled with an O, it's
Huh?
a Spanish
Jeff was the one
surname.
that.
It's spelled with an E, it's
Jeff.
a first name.
Oh, I think he might have been the only one that might have said no.
Yeah.
But that was through telephone, I don't think he attended.
Yeah.
But,
Or if you
uh,
would,
Spectacles.
But anyway, you know, the majority won.
this is the time to get signatures and.
You know,
Well, you've been waiting for
Yeah,
it.
the board of directors are making all the decisions.
And go.
They're the decision
well,
makers.
to us, since they,
I had a pen.
oh, I wanted to show you this.
But, yeah, more pens, I believe.
I hope they know their customers.
These are-
I'm missing one.
Every meeting, they should allow the owner users a chance to talk to the board.
So these are
Okay.
Robert. There's one
This
more.
is the February 27th board meeting, and this is the April 24th board meeting. That's the agenda item that should be called to the public. If you look here, motion to adjourn. Here's the other one.
Yeah, well, all they do is.
Motion to adjourn. They cut us off. Now, if you want to be on the agenda as an owner user, you can email David Moore through the Black Canyon Water Meeting website. And if you do it at least 1 week in advance, he's supposed to put your agenda item on the agenda so they can discuss it. I did that like 3 weeks in advance once and 1 week in advance another time. And I put my questions, I want it on the board, and then I go there, guess what? He didn't put my stuff on the agenda.
Next week.
And I can't even say anything because they put motion to adjourn. They had no public call. So here, I'm one user, he blew me off twice, I played by the rules.
To actually deliver.
And he blew me off twice.
Our nomination papers and our.
And you know, I'm on the Upper Alpha Free Watershed
They
Partnership.
obviously have no consequences for anything that they're doing.
Well, you know what though, and
Qualifying
I'm glad the Attorney
declaration.
General's office is
Or
involved
basically
because
you're
ignorance
declaring
of the
that
law
you're, you know,
doesn't allow you to break the
registered
law and
voter.
violate.
No, no, right, but all I'm saying, they're
Yeah,
not afraid of
so-
those consequences, apparently.
Yeah, they're just
got
learning
money
to
to
build
build
themselves
stuff.
out.
And Elaine will go on her own, I
I
guess.
wonder if the owner usually can do a class action.
I'm not sure if we can deliver a lane
To
for
the
her, if she
damage.
wants us to, we will, but,
Maybe.
Robert felt.
Maybe.
that's
I'm
what's
like
going
sick
on.
of-
We need to find a lawyer.
Is Michael doing this?
A lawyer?
Mobile belief system is this, if you can't control your small water
I'm going up to
district,
the rodeo.
what the hell makes you think you have a voice for the county, or have a voice for the state, or have a voice for the government?
You don't.
You don't. So we're all being silenced because crooks are covering up for crooks.
I'm kind of more faces than.
And another thing they do,
So.
is if they don't agree with something you did, that has to do with the district, they will call you up by name and say their complaint. And you, the one they talk about, you're not allowed to say anything. They did that to me. I had a Zoom meeting with the Upper Iowa Free Watershed Partnership, and Eva Burst was there, who used to be on the board that doesn't live here, but she's their little puppet, I guess, I don't know how to call it. But anyway,
You go, guys.
she let them know what's going on, so Randy Rabin in the meeting called my name out and said, I did this and I did that. And then alls I did, actually, I wasn't even allowed to talk. I just says, I challenged that. Nothing
It'd be interesting
happened.
to see
Nothing.
nobody.
And then before, I think Sarah Rabin might have called out Tom Streezy and said, oh, you're putting all this on Facebook and you're all in. You can't say anything. You know, and so what they do is when they just went through the audits, Sarah Rabin is, oh, they've been saying this and this on Facebook, and we didn't do anything wrong, and she starts patting herself on the back, but we couldn't say anything.
Excuse me.
So they keep justifying themselves, how righteous they are, and we can't do anything to challenge it.
To sign the date when we.
You know, but anyway, July meeting is the last meeting for American Country Homes, which is the company that
Let me talk here.
Rabin owned and they're contracting our office. So that's the meeting, or the next meeting after, Donna Chandler will be the official contractor for the office. And to my understanding, the Rabiners, when they only became contractors, they had like
No,
4 or maybe 5-year contracts. This contract with Donna
I'm sending my
Chandler, it's a 1-year contract.
from the water watch.
So maybe they did that just to test the waters, to see how things go, and then the next year, when they need to re-up
Well,
the contract,
August.
then we'll see what happens, whether she considers somebody else or who knows.
He's got like.
I don't know, it's on 35. If it would be a 35-year-old,
For,
it
that's
probably
not.
would be.
They probably have wet enough feet either to think it all the way through.
Yeah.
It was the decision
Have wet
of
enough
the
feet to think it all
board,
the way through.
and David Moore was the chair, because Bob Marley resigned, and just got hot, because I'm not dealing with
Nice to meet you.
hands.
Thank you.
He resigned, and then Dave Moore became the chairman, he's been there ever since, to my understanding. Yeah, because they didn't have insurance.
That's good.
Randy Rabin and Tony Chandler. And so they had us pay their insurance and had us pay for the lawsuit.
Yeah, he's got.
I'm gonna sign everything.
And that we shouldn't pay anything, that was their bad decision, we shouldn't have to pay for it, but the board voted for us to pay for it.
I think he's got enough.
And that's our
I
money.
can't tell you.
See, they act like our money isn't our money, it's their money. That's the way it appears.
And the more
Well, that's the way it is. It's-
Well, they have,
They have
have,
no obligation
they
to us.
have the ability on where our money goes.
But they,
Yes.
but they have no, there's no consequence for them to continue to do what they're doing. So what
Well,
is the remedy?
the remedy is right now, the Attorney General's office has been investigating his complaints filed. And now they're getting legal representation in the executive session. And we'll find out as time goes on. But it took a long time.
Yeah,
You know, wheels of government are slow.
yes. Justice is.
Yes, and we'll just have to wait and see how things transpire. And you know, tomorrow or tonight or whatever, I can almost guarantee they're gonna be listening to what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, but it's not a secret. I mean, they know how we all feel.
Yeah,
How
but I'm
we
sure
all
they're gonna
feel.
turn over their attorney and try to find some kind of something to make me out to be the bad guy.
No matter what they do, whether they find something to make you out the bad guy or don't find something to make you out to be the bad guy, they're still gonna spend your money. And they're not gonna feel obligated to you about it, or me, or anybody else.
So that.
So there has to be.
Well,
the thing is, we would like them to be
It has to be-
very wise spenders of our money. You know,
Also, I agree with you, you're
We
saying
smell
to the
some
fire,
from
I
that.
believe that as well, so
Yeah.
the point I'm making is, they don't feel the same way. And they have nothing, nobody is gonna make them do it differently, no one. They're just throwing their
well,
pockets.
with this Attorney General thing,
Say long
and Dr. Selena Bliss, our Arizona State Representative, they're the only ones that have been trying to correct the situation.
Well, I
And, but
think
it took a
that
long
might-
time.
Well, I think that might be the answer, because has everybody written letters?
I've written emails to Dr. Selena Bliss, and I met her when we have these quarterly meetings at Cannon School over the freeway and the water and everything. And so she gave me her card, so then I had her email. And she responded back, and she did a good job. And she worked with Elaine Clayton to change the law on auditing. Because they were supposed to, they thought they would, I thought they had to get audited every year. But I thought they had to get audited every year. And evidently, it's not in the rules. So we wanted to know exactly where the money and all that. So anyway, Elaine wrote Selena Bliss, and she put a bill out before the House, and they voted on it, and it got approved, like 100%. Nobody voted against it. So now, all water improvement districts have to be audited every year.
Well, that's right, that's what I'm getting to, is if there is actionable stuff that comes out of this for each one of us, please tell us what it is. Who do we write, who do we call, who do we complain to?
You're gonna have to read about what she's done.
Okay, I think it's ready. Hey, guys.
Already on the case.
Yeah.
Everybody can come back in.
Well, it smells good reported, so.
Oh, sorry.
Not this off.
We did. Oh, and I both give it.
Oh,
What am I doing to my kids? Hard to figure out how to do it, how they think their website doesn't work very well.
uh-huh,
Keep at it, though, you'll figure
Figure it out, yeah.
They'll respond and they'll tell you how to do it, that's how it went with me.
yeah.
Okay, time is,
Bill, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Time is 1:07, and I would entertain a motion to reconvene into the public session of the June 19th meeting.
I'll make such a motion.
Randy Rabina so moves. May I have a second?
I second.
Dorothy Moore seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay. Agenda item 4.
Mr. Chair, this is Bill.
Yes, sir.
Just by way of formality, a motion to reconvene is fine, but it's not required for the next time. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. After thoroughly discussing agenda item 4, which is the discussion and possible action regarding authorization and approval of a response to the Attorney General and possible instructions to legal counsel pertaining to the same, would like to ask the board if they have any further questions on this topic, as was discussed in executive session, that can be shared.
I don't have any other questions.
Nothing from
Yeah,
Dorothy.
Mr. Chair, just
Yep.
for clarification, you can't share anything that was discussed in executive session. Thank you.
Randy, do you have any
No.
comments?
I
Okay.
don't, no comment.
Okay, I would entertain a motion for the authorization to instruct legal counsel to respond to the Attorney General on the open meeting law investigation that's currently in process.
Sorry.
And to approve the form
And-
of response letter provided by legal counsel in executive session.
Exactly. And to approve the form of response to the Attorney General from legal counsel pertaining to the same.
I'll make such a motion.
Randy Rubino so moves. All second, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
As a matter of practice, normally when there's a motion and second made, then you open the floor for discussions about the motion before you call for the vote.
Really?
Never heard that.
Any further discussion, that kind of thing?
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I now open the floor to the board for any further discussion on the topic.
I have no discussion.
No discussion, no questions.
None.
That's fine, Mr. Chair. Now you can call for the vote.
I will call for the vote I will request a motion to approve the form of response to the Attorney General and instruction to legal counsel pertaining to the same.
I'll make such a motion.
Randy,
That
so
motion's already been made and seconded. You're voting on it now,
Voting.
Mr. Chair.
Oh.
Just voting. No more motions.
all in favor say
Aye.
Aye.
aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We consider ourselves fully informed. You can move on to item number 5 if you wish.
All right. Agenda item number 5 is public call. Opening the floor to the public. Anyone that would like to speak, please raise your hand. Greg Watts, you have the floor.
Thank you. Agenda item 3 and 4, when it comes to the executive session, I would like to ask that the open meeting law investigation is taking place. And this is a special meeting you're doing as a result. I would like to know what date did you get information from the Attorney General's office for you to pick this day to have your special meeting? How many days past did they contact you for this meeting to take place today?
The document from the Attorney General, Mr. Watts, was sent on May 28th by email. It was received by certified mail somewhere between 5 and 10 days later, when I was informed that we had certified mail.
So why did you wait till today, having a few days before this, to pick today as your special meeting?
There was a lot of work that went into this with the attorney of record for the district, as well as myself and management.
And
this is the soonest it could be held.
okay, and did you use any calculation in today, picking today because it's a federal holiday?
No, sir, that never played any part with it.
Okay.
Any other questions from the public? Tom Stresek,
Thank
you have the floor.
Thank you. Can you tell us if you have knowledge of any other investigations at this time? that, you know, is you or the board.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
That question doesn't pertain to any items on the agenda today.
Correct.
This is called for the public, which means you can take input, but you can't respond.
Unless
You
it,
can put it on a later agenda if you wish, but.
Yes, I'd like
not
that on
this
the,
agenda.
thank you. Could you put that on the agenda for the
Right.
next general meeting or
So,
regular
there
meeting?
isn't Any other?
he wanted to know if there was any other complaints or alleged complaints that we had received between May 28th and June 19th. If it's on the agenda, Bill, I recognize if it's specific, I can respond to that.
Yes, but it's not on this agenda. You can always offer to place it on the next board agenda, and then you can answer the question with more specificity.
Right, that's what I was gonna do. Okay, and we've noted that. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Cindy Malandro, you have the floor.
Yes, I don't really know how to ask it properly or whatever, but right now, today, the board is paying for this attorney's time and expertise that he has put into however long it's taken to bring this about. And am I correct in understanding that this all comes out of the operating fund of the district?
This is not on the agenda, I can't answer
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, I
It's
just
not,
put it out there.
it's not specifically, however, we'll put it on the very next agenda, which is unfortunately not till July 23rd. But that's a good question, and it will be answered.
I'm sure we'd all like to know how much money will be spent on legal fees
Oh, you
for
will.
this.
You
Okay.
will. You get the financials every month, as you are well aware.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Anyone else? Mr. Streisand,
Thank you.
you have the floor.
Thank you. Have you and the board ever had any advisement from an owner user to review the open meeting laws in any email communications in the past?
Well, I can't answer that question, Tom, you know that.
You can't, this is not regarding the agenda of open meeting laws, and right
It's
now,
not,
an
no, not
investigation,
specifically, no, it's not.
and an investigation of,
No, it's not, Tom.
wonder what the attorney thinks. He's here, right?
Well, he isn't speaking up, so I
Yeah.
assume he concurs with me.
I see.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
anyone else? Okay. I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. The time
Mr.
is,
Chair, the law
Yes, sir.
doesn't require a motion to adjourn. You simply declare the meeting adjourned. That would be fine.
yeah, I have a specific reason for doing this. I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 1:17.
17. Randy
Yeah.
so moves, I'll second, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Next board meeting is July 23rd at 5 p.m. at the same location. Thank you all very much for attending. Appreciate it. Great dialogue.
This is a really good question that Senate had on the agenda.
Bill, let me get you off the speaker here.
Have any of them taken
Thanks to everybody who attended. If we can talk after, anybody that wants to talk afterwards,
Bill?
we'll be out there.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Bill?